Um, I think all of us have been in Chicago for a while, and there are three things you should know about Chicago. The first thing is the Great Chicago Fire in 1871. The fire destroyed the entire city, and the people become homeless, and no business is so is a tragedy for Chicago. And the fire began from the west side and covered the river into the downtown. You think why the fire can cross the river into downtown? Because during the time, the river covered with rubbish, something is very dirty. And then there are actually 7 buildings remain, but only one the famous people know is the water tower in the Michigan Avenue. And the second thing is the reversal of the Chicago River in the 1892. Because during that time, in the north part, have a lot of factories, and those factories make some like rubbish and pollute the river, and the rubbish flow into the Michigan Lake. And during that time, people drink the water from the lake, then made people get some disease. So the government decided to reverse the Chicago River flowing from the north side into the south side. So today we can drink the clean water still from the Michigan Lake. The third is the L, also began from the 1892. The L actually is the transportation system we still use today, the CTA. So I wonder why both of important projects begin the same year. So I went to Chicago History Museum and also to some Museum of African American History. And also I read some book about Chicago history. The famous one, or the popular one, is The Devil in the White City. I hope somebody read it. So I figured out that Chicago will hold a very important exposition, the World Columbia Exposition. The World's Columbia Exposition, I'm not sure if everyone knows the exposition was mean. It's like the city hold an event, and the entire world bring their product or their culture in the same city and introduce for the whole people. So also we can call it a fair, F-A-I-R. So today I'm going to tell you the beginning of the fair and attractions in the fair and the ending of the fair. So the beginning of the fire of Chicago is we need to know why they want to celebrate it. The purpose is to celebrate the 400th anniversary of Columbus first found the New World. And then there is elections. There are 4 cities in the collection list: St. Louis, Washington, D.C., and New York, the Chicago. As you may know, Chicago won this right because there are several advantages. The first is the central location, because Chicago is in the middle of the whole United States, so people can come in, it's easier. And also the big opportunity for the business community, because during this time, as I mentioned before, Chicago has a lot of factory in Chicago, so the business is great. And also the population of 1 million is so huge during that time. So the last one is the well fundamentals. As we can see today, there are still a lot of public park in Chicago, so during that time also have it. And the wide roads, also 24 railroads came into Chicago from other states. So it's easy to bring visitors into Chicago. The last one is labor. The labor, like we can see, the population is great, so the labor is great also. The last one is one person we need to know. His name is called Daniel H. Burhan. he is the planner or constructor for the whole event. And he chose the architecture, the company who will help the event. And also he lead the whole team overcome a lot of problem, like the Chicago during the winter is very cold. So the material for the building is difficult. And also he solved some problem, some solution to solve it. Also the financial problem, because during time have that huge problem around the United States. And the last problem is also he is the first, he was one of the first planner for Chicago city plan. As we can see Chicago today, every street is, the street is very straight and like a tat. He was one planner of it. And let me tell you the attraction in the fair. There are 200 buildings and from 16 countries. And there we can see the event was so huge. And also this is called White City because there have 14 so great buildings and built by white color or built by white materials. And also during the night, they use the thousands of light to decorate the building. Also, this is the first time people use electronic to decorate the buildings. Then the famous one is the Ferris wheel we still can see today. During that time, the Ferris wheels have 36 cars, and each car can load 16 people. So 20 minutes for one trail. The products also first time to introduce for the people the juicy fruit gum, dishwasher, and country's first postcard, the quarter and $50 we still use today. The end of the art fair we think maybe is a great and very excited the ending, but the truth is not. The people, 70 people died in the fire, in a fire, and also most building destroyed by the fire. And only one famous one still stand in Chicago is the Museum of Science Industry, and 3 of us removed to another state. And well documented in photograph as I showed before in my PowerPoint. And also they have a huge impact on the architecture, scientific, and the culture. So as a conclusion, because Daniel Boham and the Great Fire, we still can see the beautiful city in Chicago. And if we had a boating trip, we can see the river because the reversal of Chicago River. And the L is we still use the CTA. And the Navy Pier, we can see the great farewell still stand here. And the last one is the Museum of Science Industry. If you want to visit, it is located south of Chicago. Thank you, guys.